This video will show you how to create the train stack for our miniature train project. The way that we're going to be creating the stack is we're going to be starting with a revolve, which will create the entire body of the stack but without this hole. And then we'll create that hole separately, and then we'll finish off by adding a chamfer on that bottom edge. So let's go ahead and start by making a part, creating a sketch, and then we're going to choose the XY plane. So in our drawing, the way that we're going to be making this part is, again, we're going to be just making half of it because we're going to be using a revolve. And for this, just imagine that this hole is not here. So essentially we're going to be making this complete outline here. Again, just half of the stack and then revolving it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start by making a vertical line which will represent the total height of our stack, which, if you notice, the dimension for that is 1.75. So again, total height 1.75. And then let's start going across the bottom here. So this bottom line right here is dimensioned actually with this circle diameter. And since it's dimensioned from the middle out, not the full diameter, we want to use half of this. So we want to use 0.25. So just make that 0.25. All right, next we'll keep going up along this way, so that is 0.25 going straight up. And then we have an angled line that's going out, and you'll notice that there is a dimension of 1.5 from the end of that line to the bottom line that we added earlier. So just go ahead and draw an angled line, just put it wherever for now, and then we'll use this dimension tool to dimension it. So again, click on the end point of that line, and then that line that we added, the very bottom, and this is going to be 1.5. Okay, next we're going to be adding the dimension from that end point to the center of the hole, which is going to be given with this diameter again. Like we did previously with this one, we want to dimension just half of this. We want to do half of 1.25 for that. So use your dimension tool, click the end of that line again, and then we want to use this center line. And again, we want to do 1.25 divided by 2. Okay. Next, we're going to be just finishing this off, so we're going to be adding this angled line, and then we're going to just connect it straight to our center line. So again, just add that angled line, make sure you draw it so that you're getting this dashed line along the top, and then just draw a straight horizontal line and connect it. The last dimension that we need is we need to tell it what angle this angled line is at. So if you notice that this is at 15 degrees, so we basically just need to add in a vertical line to dimension that 15 degrees from. So I'm going to go to the line tool, and starting at this point right here, we're going to draw a line just straight up. Click that. And then the only purpose that this line serves is to dimension this angle to. So we're going to click this line and turn it into a construction line because that is not going to actually be used as part of our object. All right, and then we're going to click dimension and then click our construction line and the angled line, and we're going to change this to 15 degrees. Okay, and that is our sketch for our solid body for our stack. So let's click finish, and then we're going to revolve. It should select that profile, and then click on axis, and then just make sure you click that center line there, and then click OK. All right, and so your stack should look like this for now. What we're going to add next is the hole. So let's add a sketch on the top of the stack, and then we are just going to add a point in the middle, and then finish, and then we will use the hole tool to add the hole. So if you look in our sketch, the hole note is up here. So you notice that this is a counter bore hole because it has a larger hole, and then we have a smaller hole that goes more of the full depth of the stack. So this bottom part of the hole note will give us the dimension for the counter bore, so the larger part of the hole, so that's what we'll start with. So that has a diameter of 0.875. So again, we're going to select the counter bore option and then change the diameter of the larger part of the hole, the opening, to 0.875. All right, and that goes down to a depth of 0.375. So change the depth of that to 0.375. And then the smaller hole, this part that you see right here, has a diameter of 0.375, which is this. So change this to 0.375. And that one goes down to a depth of 1.5. So we're going to change the total depth to 1.5. All right, and that's going to finish the hole. So then click OK. The last thing that we need to add is the chamfer on this bottom edge. So we're just going to click chamfer, change the distance. If you notice in our drawing, that tells us right here in that note, and that distance is 0.01. So we're just going to change this to that, 0.01, and then just click on that edge and click apply, and that is the stack.